Stop scrolling right now. What you are about to hear is not a coincidence. You did not stumble upon this message by accident. There is a reason your eyes landed on these words at this exact moment. Something is about to happen in your life today, and I need you to stay with me until the end because this message is urgent. This is not about tomorrow. This is not about next week. This is about today. A shift is already beginning around you, and if you ignore what is happening right now, you may miss a moment that was prepared for you long before this day ever arrived. Before we go any further, if you feel something unusual in your spirit lately, comment Amen right now, because I believe this word is reaching the exact person it was meant for. My precious child, you have been feeling something lately, haven't you? A strange restlessness that you cannot explain, a pressure in your spirit that seems to grow stronger with every passing day. There are moments when it feels like something is about to happen, something big, something life-changing, but you cannot fully understand what it is. You tried to call it stress. You tried to say maybe it is anxiety, maybe you are just tired, maybe life has been too heavy lately. But deep inside, you know it is more than that. That feeling is real. That stirring inside you is not random. It is preparation. Those nights when you could not sleep, when your mind refused to rest, and you kept waking up in the middle of the night, staring at the ceiling with thoughts racing through your head. You thought it was just sleeplessness, but what if it was more? What if your spirit was being awakened? What if something greater has been trying to get your attention in the silence of the night? The hours when the world is asleep are often the hours when the deepest truths begin to rise in your heart. That is why you have felt this unusual alertness when everything around you is quiet. And that exhaustion you have been carrying, that tiredness that doesn't seem to leave no matter how much you rest, you thought maybe something was wrong with you physically. But listen carefully. Sometimes what feels like weakness is actually transformation. Sometimes the old version of you must lose strength because a new version of you is being formed. You are not simply tired, you are changing. That heaviness in your chest, that pressure that makes you feel like something is sitting on your heart, that weight you cannot describe, you thought it was fear, but it is not fear. It is the weight of transition. It is the heaviness that comes when life is preparing to move you into another season. Something inside you is being stretched, expanded, and prepared for what comes next.
You have also noticed something else, haven't you? The things that once excited you no longer feel the same. Conversations that once kept your attention now feel empty. Places you once enjoyed suddenly make you uncomfortable. People you once spent hours with now drain your energy in minutes, and you started wondering what is wrong with you. You asked yourself why you feel so different. Let me tell you something important. Nothing is wrong with you. You are not becoming distant. You are not broken. You are being separated from what can no longer carry your future. Sometimes before life changes, your spirit begins to detach from what no longer belongs in your next season. That discomfort you feel around certain people and places is not random. It is a sign that you are outgrowing environments that once defined you. You are being repositioned. Everything you've been experiencing lately, the sleepless nights, the exhaustion, the heaviness, the emotional distance, the sudden desire for something more, it has all been leading to this moment. None of it was wasted. None of it was meaningless. Every tear, every lonely night, every silent prayer, every moment you felt like giving up was building something inside you. If this is speaking directly to your life right now, comment, "This is me," because I want you to acknowledge that what you've been feeling has meaning. But now I need to reveal something even deeper. The reason things became harder right when you started feeling this shift is because resistance always shows up before breakthrough. Have you noticed how suddenly everything started going wrong? Right when you began to feel that something bigger was ahead, pressure increased, problems multiplied, people changed, doors seemed to close. It felt like the entire world was pushing against you. That was not bad luck. That was opposition. Because the moment your life begins to align with something greater, resistance rises. The moment you start moving toward growth, pressure increases. The moment you begin changing, everything that was comfortable starts shaking. And yet, despite everything that came against you, you are still here. You are still watching. You are still seeking. You are still standing. That alone tells me something powerful. What is meant for you is stronger than what came against you. Comment, "I am still standing," if you refuse to give up. Now listen carefully, because this is important. What is happening is not just about today. It is about the direction of your future. Sometimes life brings a moment so important that everything after it begins to change. This is one of those moments. The choices you make, the mindset you carry, and the faith you hold from this point forward will shape what comes next. You are not here by accident. There is a reason this message found you today. Something is shifting. A door is opening. An answer is getting closer. A burden is about to lift. And the reason you have felt so much intensity lately is because you are standing at the edge of transition. Stay ready. Stay alert, because what comes next may happen faster than you expect. And when it does, I want you to recognize it. This is only the beginning.
Now listen very carefully, because what I'm about to tell you will explain everything you've been going through. While you were feeling confused, while you were questioning yourself, while you were trying to understand why your life suddenly felt so heavy, something else was happening that you could not see. There was resistance rising against you. There was pressure building around you, and it wasn't random. Think about it. The moment you started feeling this shift, things got harder. Right when you felt like something greater was calling you, problems increased, situations became more complicated, people began to misunderstand you. Some even turned against you without reason. It felt like everything was happening at once, like you were being pushed from every direction. You asked yourself why this was happening now, why everything seemed to fall apart at the exact moment you were trying to move forward. But it wasn't falling apart, it was resistance. Because anything valuable, anything powerful, anything that has the ability to change your life will always face opposition before it manifests. And what is about to happen in your life is not small. That is why the pressure felt so intense. That is why the attacks seemed so personal. That is why it felt like the enemy was using everything he could to distract you, discourage you, and make you stop before reaching this moment. He sent confusion so you would doubt what you were feeling. He sent fear so you would hesitate. He sent people to question you so you would second-guess yourself. He placed obstacles in your path so you would believe that you were moving in the wrong direction. Every single thing was designed to slow you down or make you give up. But look at you. You didn't quit. You didn't stop. You are still here. You are still searching. You are still standing. That means something inside you refused to break, even when everything around you felt unstable. That means there is a strength in you that goes beyond what you even realize, and that is exactly why you made it to this moment. If you know you've been through pressure, but you're still standing, comment, "I am still standing" right now. Now I need you to understand something deeper. What is happening today is not just about you. This is not just about your personal life improving or your situation getting better. This is bigger than that. This is a shift that goes beyond you. What is happening in your life right now has the power to affect everything connected to you. The patterns that have repeated in your life, the cycles that felt impossible to break, the limitations that seemed to follow you no matter what you did, those things are being challenged right now. You are standing at a point where something can finally change, not just temporarily, but permanently. Think about everything you've been through. The struggles that tested you, the moments that almost broke you, the times when you felt like giving up but somehow kept going. None of that was meaningless. None of that was wasted. Every experience built something inside you. Every challenge strengthened you. Every difficult moment prepared you for this exact point.
You didn't go through all of that just to stay the same. You didn't come this far just to remain stuck. Something is shifting. Something is opening. And the reason you can feel it so strongly is because it is close, closer than you think. But here is where most people miss it. When the moment finally arrives, they hesitate, they doubt, they overthink, they question whether it's real. And in doing that, they allow the opportunity to pass them by. Not because it wasn't meant for them, but because they were not ready to receive it. That is why I need you to stay alert right now. Pay attention to what you feel. Pay attention to what comes to your mind. Pay attention to the opportunities that appear, even if they seem small at first. Because sometimes the biggest shifts begin with the smallest steps. And today is not a day to ignore those moments. Today is a day to respond. If you feel like something is about to change in your life, don't stay silent. Comment, "Something is shifting," because I want you to declare that you are ready for what is coming. Now listen to this carefully. There is also something that will begin to change inside you. The confusion that has been clouding your thoughts will start to clear. The uncertainty about what to do next will begin to fade. You may not have every answer immediately, but you will start to feel direction in a way you haven't felt before. Ideas will begin to come, clarity will begin to form, decisions that once felt difficult will start to feel obvious. This is not coincidence, this is alignment. And along with that alignment, there will also be movement in your surroundings. Some people will come closer, others will drift away. Some situations will open up, others will close completely. It may feel sudden, even uncomfortable, but do not resist it. Not everything is meant to stay in your life forever. Some things were only there for a season. You are stepping into something new, and not everything from your past can come with you. That is part of the shift. That is part of the preparation. And yes, even the areas where you have felt the most pressure, especially financially, emotionally, and mentally, those are the very areas where change is beginning. It may not happen all at once, but movement is already starting. What felt blocked will begin to open. What felt delayed will begin to move. What felt impossible will begin to shift. But listen, this moment requires your awareness. You cannot go back to thinking the same way. You cannot go back to doubting yourself. You cannot go back to ignoring what you feel. You have to move differently now. You have to think differently now. You have to respond differently now, because you are not the same person you were before this moment. Something in you has changed. Something in you is ready, and what happens next will depend on how you respond to what is happening right now. So stay ready, stay focused, stay aware, because what comes next is going to require you to step forward without hesitation. And when that moment comes, you need to recognize it. You need to act on it. You need to trust it. Because this is not just another day in your life. This is a turning point. And what happens after this will not be the same as what came before. If you're ready to step into what's coming, comment, "I am ready." Stay with me, because what comes next is the most important part of all. Now listen closely, because this is the most important part of everything you've heard so far. What is happening right now is not just a feeling, not just a thought, not just motivation that will fade after a few minutes. This moment requires a response from you. Not later, not when you feel more ready, not when everything makes perfect sense, right now. Because there are moments in life that don't wait. There are opportunities that don't repeat in the same way. There are windows that open and then close. And the difference between people who see change and people who stay stuck is not luck, not talent, not timing, it's response. It's whether they move when the moment comes or whether they hesitate and let it pass. Right now, you are being called to respond. Not with fear, not with doubt, but with decision. Because everything you've been feeling, everything you've been going through, everything that has been building inside you, it has led to this point where you must choose how you move forward. You cannot stay the same after this. You cannot go back to thinking the same way. You cannot ignore what you now understand. Something in you already knows that. That's why you're still here. That's why you didn't scroll away. That's why these words are hitting you deeper than usual. So I want you to do something right now, not in your mind, not silently, but with intention. Declare it, type it out, make it real. Comment, "It is done," if you are ready to step into this shift without hesitation. Now, as you move forward from this moment, there are a few things you must hold on to. First, stay aware. Today is not an ordinary day. Pay attention to what happens around you. Pay attention to conversations, to ideas, to sudden opportunities, even the small ones. Sometimes the biggest changes begin quietly. Don't overlook something just because it doesn't look dramatic. What seems small today could become something powerful tomorrow. Second, act when the moment comes. When you feel that push to do something, don't delay it. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Movement creates clarity. Action creates direction. The longer you hesitate, the easier it becomes to fall back into old patterns. But the moment you act, everything starts aligning. Third, protect your mindset. Right after moments like this, doubt will try to return. You might start questioning whether this was real, whether anything will actually change, whether you were just imagining things. That is the final attempt to pull you back into where you were. Don't allow it. You've come too far to go back now. Fourth, accept that change will happen around you. Not everything will stay the same. Some people will understand you, some won't. Some situations will improve, others will fall away. Don't fight it. Not everything is meant to continue into your next phase. Let things shift naturally. And finally, walk differently from this moment forward. Carry yourself like someone who knows something is changing. Speak like someone who believes something is possible. Think like someone who is no longer stuck, because the way you move after this moment will shape what happens next. If you truly feel ready to move forward, comment, "I walk in my new identity." Now listen, because this part matters more than you think. This message was not only meant for you. There is someone in your life right now, someone close to you, someone you know who is going through the same confusion, the same pressure, the same uncertainty. They don't understand what they're feeling. They don't know why things are shifting, and they are this close to giving up. You were not meant to keep this to yourself. You were meant to pass it on. So don't overthink it. Don't hesitate. Share this with someone who needs it, because the message that reached you at the right time could reach them at the exact moment they need it most. And sometimes helping someone else step forward strengthens your own path even more. Before you go, I want you to do 3 simple things. First, like this. It may seem small, but it helps this message reach more people who need it. Second, comment what you're feeling right now. Even if it's just one word, even if it's just ready, your voice matters. Third, stay connected, because this is not the end of something. This is the beginning. What started today will continue. What shifted today will grow. What you felt today will develop into something greater. But only if you continue moving forward. So don't go back, don't shrink, don't doubt. Step into it fully, because from this moment on, something has already changed, and what comes next will not look like what came before. Your next chapter has started right now.